How far would you go to prove yourself worthy of love and care? Would you simply walk away when you feel like you're not being treated as you deserve? Or would you exhaust every effort to prove your worth? In today's video, we're going to explore this theme through the lens of one of my favorite animes of all time, The Ancient Magus Bride. The Ancient Magus Bride follows a teenage girl named Chise, who has all but given up on life due to a traumatic childhood. Her despair leads her to the point of allowing herself to be auctioned off by an underground organization dealing in magic. She's purchased by a non-human mage named Elias, who recognizes her potential and takes her on as his apprentice. While Elias is a fascinating character worthy of his own discussion, today we'll be focusing solely on Chise. Chise had a rough childhood, largely due to the fact that she was born a slay baggy, a special type of human that attracts both good and bad spirits. Chise's parents both possessed the ability to see these spirits, and her father would always protect the family from harm. However, the burden eventually became too much for him, leading him to abandon Chise and her mother, taking Chise's younger brother with him, and never returning. Without her husband's support, Chise's mother became increasingly stressed by the relentless presence of otherworldly creatures. The stress escalated to the point where she had attempted to kill Chise. Although she stopped herself at the last moment, the guilt of nearly murdering her own daughter drove Chise's mother to commit suicide right in front of her. After this traumatic event, Chise was passed from one family member to another, as no one wanted her in their home, blaming her for her mother's death. This instability and rejection led Chise into a deep depression. Desperate and hopeless, she climbed to the roof of her school building with the intention of jumping to her death. However, she was stopped by a man who had convinced her to auction herself instead of ending her life. This leads us toward the beginning of the anime, which is filled with beautiful moments. However, I want to highlight a significant theme in the latter half of the show: Chise's self-destructive tendencies. From the very start, it's clear that Chise believes that her life has no value, and she feels the need to prove herself worthy of love and compassion in the eyes of others. One notable example is during Chise's fight with Joseph, an immortal, deranged alchemist. Chise jumps in front of Alice, taking a potentially fatal blow in her place. Despite the fact that Chise and Alice were not even close friends at this point, they were merely acquaintances. Another example occurs during the climax of Season 1. Chise saves a dragon driven mad by fear by absorbing its magical energy. This act causes Chise to develop the dragon's curse, which threatened to end her life. Eventually she would remedy this by obtaining the Eye of Cardaphilus, which carries the curse of immortality and counteracts the deadly effect of the dragon's curse. In both situations, Chise shows a complete disregard for her own life and her well-being to protect others, thinking that if she can save them, perhaps her life wasn't meaningless after all. Since my first viewing of the Ancient Magus Bride, I've always deeply related to Chise for this exact reason. Growing up, I was severely bullied, experiencing mental and physical abuse from my peers. This led to a lot of trauma that truthfully I still carry with me to some extent into adulthood. As I grew older, I slowly began to shed the protective shell that I had built around myself in order to survive childhood. However, one thing remained unchanged. My self-image was irreparably damaged. Like Chise, I felt like my life had no value, and I constantly felt the need to prove myself worthy of others' acceptance. I believed that I had to go above and beyond to keep my friends from growing bored of me. In romantic situations, I felt like I had to be perfect, fearing that if they saw what I saw in the mirror, they would be scared away. These issues, they've improved for me over time, but they still hinder my ability to maintain relationships sometimes. In many ways, I also exhibit self-destructive tendencies like Chise. I've always allowed numerous friends to take advantage of me or treat me poorly because I was afraid of losing them. In my mind, it always felt like that was what I deserved, as if I meant so little that the only compassion I was worthy of was this barbed version of it. One of the pivotal moments in the Ancient Magus Bride that encapsulates Chise's struggle with self-worth and self-destructive behavior is her encounter with Lindell, the mage who mentors Elias. During her time with Lindell, Chise learns about her own potential and importance of valuing herself. This important journey of self-discovery is crucial as it marks the beginning of a gradual transformation from someone who views herself as expendable to someone who starts to see her own intrinsic value. Lindell's guidance helps Chise understand that her worth is not determined by the sacrifices she makes for others, but by her inherent qualities and the strength that she possesses. This realization doesn't come easily, and Chise continues to battle her inner demons. However, it is through these interactions that we see a glimmer of hope for her character, a hope that she can overcome her past and find a way to love and accept herself. This theme resonates deeply with me because I had to undergo a similar change in mindset for things to start improving in my life. I began setting boundaries and learning how to say no. I started to limit how much mistreatment I was willing to tolerate before putting my foot down, and most importantly, I learned that even though I may not always feel like it, I do have inherent value that I bring to the table. The journey towards self-acceptance and self-love is a long and arduous one, often filled with setbacks and challenges. Chise's story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how damaged we feel, there's always a possibility for healing and growth. Chise's journey from despair to self-acceptance is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Her struggle with self-work and self-destructive tendencies is not just a fictional narrative, but a reflection of the real-life battles that a lot of us face. Through her story, we're reminded that our value doesn't come from what we can do for others or the sacrifices that we can make, but from our inherent qualities and inner strength. For me, this theme resonates deeply as I've walked a similar path. Learning to set boundaries, say no, and being able to recognize my own value has been a crucial part to my personal growth. It's a challenging journey, often filled with setbacks, but it's also one that leads to healing and self-love. Chise's story encourages us to look beyond our scars and traumas and to see the worth within ourselves. It shows that despite our past, we can find a way to love and accept ourselves. This is a powerful lesson we can all relate to and strive to embody in our own lives. And with that, that's all I have for you guys today. I'd like to thank you guys that stuck around for the whole video. I'd like to do more kind of video essays like this, so let me know if there's a topic you'd like to see me discuss, and as always, you guys have a damn good one.